Hey, it's on.
Happy New Year! It's time to find out who our Wrestlers of the Year are. Male Wrestler of the Year, the votes are in, and Aaron Knight has been confirmed as 2021's Wrestler of the Year award winner, narrowly pipping Aaron Andrews in second place. Knight's great year has been a huge factor in the continued rise of CWA. Female Wrestler of the Year, Alina America has capped a remarkable year by winning the coveted Female Wrestler of the Year award by an absolute landslide. Considering that 12 months ago she was still working in front of pretty small crowds for QWA, to now be the undisputed #1 female wrestler in the sport is an incredible achievement. SWF computer game woes. It's been reported that the SWF have parted ways with Power Bytes, the studio that have made the SWF Pro Wrestling computer game for the past 20 years. The split is blamed on disappointing Christmas sales, although it's said that SWF management are particularly unhappy that the market leader USPW Ring Wars is seen as such a superior product in comparison. SWF Pro Wrestling endured poor reviews in 2021, being dismissed as just a roster update. I don't like it. USPW launch comic book line. USPW continued to explore new merchandising options with news that they'll be launching their own comic book line this month. Called USPW Tales from the Ring, it will feature versions of their most famous wrestlers such as Nikki Champion, pictured in comic book form. Although in these stories, they all secretly have awe-inspiring superpowers. Issue #1 goes on sale on the 20th, priced at $4.99. SWF, a half century and counting. This month marks 50 years since SWF was created. In order to celebrate, they've announced that they'll be holding a special 50th birthday spectacular on the 13th, replacing their usual event when Hell Freezes over. Expect the show to feature a retrospective look at some of the greatest moments in SWF history, as well as appearances from some of the company's legendary performers of years gone by. As best as we can. Nova hits back. 21CW's owner Jeff Nova has hit back after a story in the British press suggested that the company was massively overspending on talent, setting a wage bill that had ballooned out of control. Nova rubbished the claims, saying that recent financial losses were down to the company's European expansion plans and that they were completely under control. Alicia Strong returning. Fans have noticed that a number of Alicia Strong's recent social media posts have shown her working out or doing cardio, leading to speculation that she may be about to return to active competition. The megastar hasn't been seen in USPW for several months due to her involvement in politics. TCW to move TV show? According to reports, TCW are seriously considering moving their TV show from its longtime traditional home on a Tuesday night to a Thursday instead. Rumor is that their parent company, Bryco, is putting significant pressure on them to do so because of the losing streak when it comes to their head-to-head ratings against SWF. The world's unluckiest burglar. Mark Brennan may have laid claim to the title of World's Unluckiest Burglar after the crowbar-wielding criminal broke into a home in Florida on New Year's Eve, only to find out that the owner was home and that it was USPW star Siale Valhalla. Early reports suggest that doctors are confident that Brennan, 34, a career criminal from Jacksonville, will be out of his full-body cast in around 6 months, and that, given time and proper rehab, may even one day be able to walk without needing crutches. That's kind of grim. Behind the Curtain number 200. The 27th will be a big day for Joanne Rodriguez as her podcast, Behind the Curtain, reaches the milestone of episode 200. She has now announced that the award-winning podcast will celebrate with a special 2-hour edition in which J-Ro will sit down with her biggest guest to date, Eric Eisen. It promises to be a must-listen for anyone with an interest in pro wrestling. Suplexpo 7. Fans are reminded that the world's biggest wrestling convention, Suplexo 7, is taking place on January 22nd in Chicago, and that some tickets are still available. As always, organizers have booked some major names to make appearances. This year's headline guests include Bruce the Giant, Brian Vesey, and the ever-popular The Force, who will be doing a Q&A in the evening. The Ripcord Invitational. It's just 4 weeks until the Ripcord Invitational 17 happens, and as ever, speculation is mounting about which special guest stars will be appearing in the tournament this time around. MAW have teased on social media that this year may have an international flavor, so potentially there may be representatives from the world of Lucha Libre, Japan, and even perhaps the UK and Australia. Welcome to Supreme TV, presented by SWF. Tonight we are in front of 10,000 fans at the Isaac Road Arena. We'll see Angry Gilmore vs. Randy Unleashed, and in our main event, the SWF North American title is on the line when Hollywood Brett Starr and Primus Allen face off against the champ, Spencer Spade. But first, we have our World Heavyweight title contract signing coming up next. Eric Eisen is in the ring and cuts a promo about the future of SWF. He says that while his brother Jerry is the owner of SWF, Eric has plans for a league of his own. He doesn't want to spoil any surprises, but the new era will begin after SWF's 50th birthday spectacular. And 1 week after that event, a new elite wrestling show will premiere. He then says that the two competitors who will fight for the top prize in wrestling will now come to the ring. Des Davis makes his entrance, followed by the SWF World Heavyweight Champion Rocky Golden. Both wrestlers work the crowd as Eric Eisen hosts their contract signing. The promos are short and to the point, with Des Davis signing the contract first, followed by Rocky Golden. Just as Golden lowers the pen, Des Davis attacks. Eric Eisen is knocked down as he tries to regain control, and both men brawl until Golden gets the upper hand and tosses Davis out of the ring, forcing him to retreat as Golden hypes the crowd. And now it's time for our opening match, Angry Gilmore versus Randy Unleashed. Both men make their entrances to the ring, and there's the bell. Both wrestlers go at it, trading blows and whipping each other around the ring, trying to get an advantage, but both men seem evenly matched. Angry Gilmore, the grizzled veteran, takes all of the fast, high-flying offense that Randy unleashes. Angry Gilmore seems to have the upper hand, and he tosses Randy Unleashed to the outside of the ring. Now we have Huey Cannonball coming out, and he gets up on the ring apron, distracting Gilmore and the referee Rick Young. With Rick Young's back turned, Jefferson Stardust comes out, and he hits Angry Gilmore, who crashes into Rick Young. Randy Unleashed rolls back into the ring, and he hits Angry Gilmore with a running enziguri kick, pinning him. Just as Rick Young gets to his feet, he counts 1, 2, 3, but he doesn't call for the bell. He sees Cannonball and Stardust outside, and he asks them what they're doing there. There goes the bell, and it looks like Rick Young has reversed his decision. After Randy Unleashed is officially disqualified from his match, Huey Cannonball and Jefferson Stardust complain to referee Rick Young as Randy Unleashed brandishes a chair and shows it off to the crowd. Cannonball and Stardust, better known as the Awesomeness, begin to beat on Angry Gilmore, with Randy Unleashed joining in, threatening to use that chair. Randy Lau and ZWB run in and clear Unleashed Awesomeness from the ring before they can do any further damage. Lau checks on Gilmore as ZWB grabs a mic and shouts at his brother and his friends to come back and fight. The Awesomeness also have mics and tell ZWB that Randy has a new and awesome band of brothers. Gilmore takes the mic and issues a 6-man tag challenge for SWF's 50th birthday spectacular. For our next matchup, Remo makes his entrance to the ring. His next victim, competitor, Remy Honeyman, is new to the SWF and he's going to be taking on a great challenge. Remo gets right to work and starts beating on Honeyman. He is holding nothing back except that pinfall. Takes about 6 minutes for Remo to toss Remy Honeyman around the ring until he's decided that it's time to end things with the Destroyer. There it is, middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, and Remo wins this decisively. Here we go with our next contest, a three-way matchup between Kip Keenan, Chill, and Lenny Brown. These three-way matchups are hard to win. You need to isolate an opponent, get the pinfall or submission. That's not easy to do. This match has a little bit of everything as each of these competitors try to get an advantage. Kip Keenan and Lenny Brown start things off early by going after Chill, who seems to be at a bit of a disadvantage as Keenan and Brown typically support each other. But in order to win this match, they're going to have to fight it out, and there they go. It looks like Keenan will get the upper hand in this one, but Chill is back in the ring and he is able to take the attack to Keenan. Both Keenan and Chill seem pretty evenly matched. Things fall to the outside of the ring where Lenny Brown joins the fray. Eventually Brown and Keenan make their way back into the ring. Brown nails Keenan with a devastating super kick, but there's Chill grabbing Lenny Brown and hitting a snowstorm to get the 1, 2, 3 pinfall victory in just under 15 minutes. Damian Carville conducts a backstage interview with Domination as Adam Smasher answers questions about their upcoming tag team title match with Faith and Old Glory, while Bear Bukowski just looks angry. Our next matchup has the veteran Joey Morgan taking on the Dark Reaper, Scythe. Both competitors are ready to go, and there's the bell. The crowd's fired up for this one as both men lock up and try to get an advantage. Seems that Joey Morgan is trying to feel Scythe out. Scythe, the big man, he is just trying to take it to Joey Morgan, but Morgan is using his technical skills and tactics to make sure that he doesn't get caught up in Scythe's aggression and tries to get an advantage by not going too hard too early. Eventually, Scythe gets Joey Morgan in his grasp and starts beating on him. Eventually, Morgan gets tossed from the ring. Scythe gives chase, but Joey Morgan is able to use that to his advantage, rolling back on the inside and taking the fight to Scythe as he gets up on the apron. Scythe just seems like he's too much for Morgan. With a knee strike between the ropes, he pushes him back into the ring, but just as Scythe gets back into the ring, just as Scythe seems to have beaten Joey Morgan with a choke slam, the lights go out and a video plays on the big screen. It's Valiant. Valiant says Scythe's surprise attack on him was cowardly, but it won't keep Valiant down. Valiant will return at SWF's 50th birthday spectacular and will be looking for Scythe. The lights come up and Scythe is clearly angry. Joey Morgan tries to use this distraction to his advantage, but Scythe is enraged. Instead of continuing the match, he takes a beating down on Morgan. He's got him in the corner and he won't let up, punching him to his knees and then stomping him in the corner. Referee Shane Stones calls for the bell and throws out the match as Scythe brings Morgan to the outside and slams him through an announce table. Our next matchup is a tag team match between Avalanche and Makutsi and Faith and Old Glory. Faith and Old Glory already have a tag team title matchup coming up at SWF's 50th birthday spectacular. They're going to face Domination for that tag team title championship. But first, they have to get through a tough tag team in Avalanche and Makutsi. We're going to get things started with Old Glory and Avalanche. Mass Patriot kicks things off fast and furious, flying around the ring, using his speed and agility to try and get an advantage. Eventually, Avalanche is able to catch him and slam him down into the mat. And now Avalanche and Makutsi have the advantage as Makutsi gets tagged in and starts using kicks and fist strikes to try to take it out of Mass Patriot. Mass Patriot tries to mount a comeback, but Avalanche gets a tag and he brings Mass Patriot to the mat with a hard slam immediately. Matty Faith is looking for the hot tag here. Avalanche and Mikutsi are just trying to keep Patriot in their corner. Eventually, Patriot's able to land a dropkick on Avalanche and make the tag to Matt Faith. Mikutsi comes in, but Faith is able to knock him down. Avalanche gets up and Faith hits the ropes. Drop kick, and Matty Faith stands alone in the ring. Avalanche gets back inside and tries to take control, but Matty Faith is able to avoid taking any serious damage. Mass Patriot gets tagged back in, and he drops an elbow from the top rope onto Avalanche. Avalanche is able to make the tag to Mikutsi, but Patriot takes him down. Avalanche is back in the ring, but Matty Faith stops him in his tracks. Mikutsi tries to hit Matty Faith, and both of them get thrown over the top rope, but Mass Patriot is ready, hitting Avalanche with a Patriot slam. He makes the pin, and that's a 3 count for a win. Faith and Old Glory win their matchup ahead of their tag team championship bout with Domination. It's coming up in a couple of weeks at the 50th Birthday Spectacular. This next matchup is for the SWF North American title, featuring Hollywood Brett Starr, Primus Allen, and the champion, Spencer Spade. There's the bell, and things start off with Hollywood Brett Starr and Primus Allen both going after Spencer Spade, who rolls out of the ring and goes right over to his beautiful manager, Dulce Moreno, to talk strategy, obviously. Brett Starr and Primus Allen are chiding Spade, the champion, to get back into the ring, but of course, Spade doesn't have to be pinned for the title to change hands in this 3-way matchup. So Brett Starr takes the initiative, and he starts the fight with Primus Allen. They both fight into the ring until Spencer Spade decides to join in, and he gets the advantage by attacking Hollywood Brett Starr. Primus Allen is on the outside as Spade and Brett Starr go at it. This is exactly what Starr's been looking for, and it looks like he is getting the advantage over Spade, but after a big power slam, Primus Allen comes in to save the 3 count and keep his chances at winning the North American title alive. Brett Starr and Allen start fighting it out until Allen is able to drop kick Hollywood Brett Starr through the ropes, and Spencer Spade takes advantage by hitting Primus Allen with a back body drop. The fighting continues, and it looks like Primus Allen is cleaning house. He is powering up and just taking it both to Spade and Hollywood Brett Starr. One current Rat Pack leader and another former member just getting pummeled by Primus Allen here. And now we see the rest of the Rat Pack come into the ring. Here's Monty Trescarde and Justin Sensitive coming down to ringside to join Dulce Moreno. And Hollywood Brett Starr is up, and he sees Sensitive and Trescarde, and Justin Sensitive is jawing at him, keeping his attention away. Referee Alan Lavin is getting in the middle of Sensitive and Starr, and that lets Trescarde come up into the ring and attack Allen. That interference leaves Primus Allen prone for the Supreme Stunner, and Hollywood Brett Starr is chasing after Justin Sensitive, allowing Spencer Spade to make the pinfall. And now the referee sees what's going on, and he counts the 1, 2, 3. In just over 15 minutes, Spencer Spade is able to make defense number 3 of his SWF North American title reign. That'll do it tonight for Supreme TV, presented by SWF. We'll see you next week.